The island of Vanuatu, we've seen several eruptions in the last week and a half, and Mount Manaro is quite active, where this is the ash plume where it is erupting. And so the Vanuatu government has to really ask, how do we evacuate people off a singular island if there's going to continue to be eruptions? And this is the chain of islands that make up Vanuatu. And on March 6th, this was actually the question raised with the central government and the evacuation agencies. How do we get people off the island, and should we get them off the island right now? And as it stands, the impacts are really to the food and fresh water supply. Basically, people are not being able to grow any more food from crops, and then fresh water supplies where fish and prawns are, and you can actually go fishing, are limited. You're not able to use them because of the acidity from the acid rain mixing in with those agencies. So basically, the central Vanuatu government has said, well, we want people to start to prepare to evacuate, but we're not sending an official evacuation order just yet because limited resources and a few other things. But they're really encouraging people to, on the island, evacuate on a voluntary basis. And this is a difficult proposition, largely because when you think about evacuation and evacuating off an island that you live, what's the chances you know somebody on maybe a different part of the island? What's the chances you have the money to buy a ticket to get off the island? What's the chances you can stop farming or stop fishing or stop your job just in case of an evacuation? So, really, the voluntary evacuations are typically for people who have the resources and luxury to do so, whereas people who have to work are often the ones who are evacuated last. And this is kind of the paradox and difficulty of evacuations, that we want people who are most impacted to evacuate first, but often they can't until they absolutely have to, and there's no other way for them to basically survive if they don't. And just over the last 3 weeks, end of February, beginning of March, and then March 7th again, the volcano itself has been quite active. So it won't be the last time we hear about potential evacuations and potential impacts to the people of Vanuatu and the islands around this volcano. And this is something I'll be covering. So if you're interested in learning more, how we go about making the evacuation decision, how we go about learning about the triggers for when an evacuation occurs, that is something I will cover and basically look to provide more information on.